Hey guys, Justin here with Rampengu Nation, and if you guys have seen my most recent Drytron combos, then you will know that I have a Drytron deck profile that I was going to post. So this here is going to be like just the base profile of what I think would be good post Lightning Overdrive. The only there's like three main flexible cards in the deck, which are the Ashes. You can put like the Dark Rulers in the main if you want to help with like the Shadal matchup, but this is just generically like what I have for now. If Buster Lock becomes more popular, I would advise to side like Cyberlindral Rash because it can blow it through the Buster Lock or anything like that. But anyway, let's get to the profile. So, first card is like the three Ashes, which is the flex cards. Then we have the three Diviner of Heralds. I think that playing three is correct because it is another fairy for the Herald. It is a starter, as I show in my combos, and also that it's just a level 2, so Ava can search it. So with all of that, it's just like tremendous pluses. It can either clear a card with Natissa's effect, or it can search a card with Herald of Arclight, or it can set up for a cool Black Rose play if you have Herald, send Herald, and then you use a Drytron with her to make Black Rose. So 3 Herald, Diviner of the Heralds, 3 Alpha, standard, 1 Delta, 2 Gamma, and 3 Zeta. I think this is the correct ratios for the actual Drytron monsters. The reason why 2 Gamma is because Gamma gets you to Mu Beta now, so you want to like open Gamma just even any other random Drytron except itself. It can make Mu Beta, which can then access another piece, which is really strong. Gamma in itself can also now basically search the ritual spell with another Drytron because Mu Beta can also send Medionis, which can be used on Mu Beta to add it back to do the combo that way. So, and then 3 Zeta and 3 Alpha because these are your starter Drytrons and you want to be able to see your ritual monsters in your spell. And the 1 Delta because it's more of the flexible one. 2 Ava. 2 Ava I think is really important for multiple reasons now. With Diviner you have like another target. So you basically have 3 orange and 3 Diviners. So Ava is basically always live. Ava can also banish itself if you have like if you send Ava like the second copy can banish the first copy, which is kind of cool. It just can't banish like itself, which is nice because it says other light fairies in your grave you can banish. Yeah, she's just overall like really powerful because not only that, she's also a level 1, so she can set up for either Lurilisk to go for Zeus, or she can set up for Mu Beta in order to like actually send a guy. So with the Drytron and Ava, you can still kind of combo as well, which is kind of nice. Also, just her sending the orange is also good protection. Because when you have double Ava and you get to double orange, double Diviner, like even if they like Dark Ruler or Droplets your ultimateness, you still have your negates through that, which is nice. Then we have 3 orange and 1 purity. 1 Benton because it's at 1 Ida 10. It comes up in some of the combos. It's also nice for your 1 Natasha to be able to break because now you have 2 Cyber Angels you can banish. The 1 Drytron Mediana Draconid, this actually comes up when you get drolled. So if you get drolled on, let's say, your Zeta, you can still end on Medionis because you can use Mu Beta to send it, and then you use Medionis on the Mu Beta, detach it to, and revive it. And it's a good form of interruption as well. Also, it has like a pretty neat effect. You can banish monsters grave whose combined attack is equal to exactly 2,000 or 4,000, then target one face card you control for every 2,000 attack and send them to the grave. So if you left like link off your Mu Beta too, you can use your Mu Beta as a form of interruption too, which is kind of nice. So without the fairy engine, this is still also a nice card to access. Not only that, it can also be used as the ritual material for Medionis like from your hand. Alright, so then we have 3 emergencies, 1 Fafnir, 3 Nova, 2 Medionis, 2 Pot of Prosperity, and 3 Preparation of Rites. The only thing like I think I'm missing in my main deck that I might want to change is like putting in Lancia. So here I'm gonna go ahead and cut these droplets and do this actually. We're gonna put in a Lightning Storm and Lancia because I think you only really need 1 Lancia. So I think that's just like better attributed for the side card now. I was saying droplets more because I was afraid of winning this, so let's just get straight to the side. Triple Alpha, this card's actually like super nice in the stack, believe it or not. So Alpha outs Seal and Savage, but it doesn't go against your Drytron restrictions because it can't be normal summon or set. So you can start breaking a board apart initially with Alpha, and after that, like whatever remnants of cards they have left, you can just Zeus them and then clear everything, which is nice. Mu Beta can get to like Medionis can send stuff. Like there's a lot of like cool combination cards you can do there. You can also get to Black Rose easier too because once you Alpha away like their negates, or force out the negates, Diviner with a Drytron into Black Rose just clears up the rest. Black Rose just basically acts like another Zeus. 3 Drill, and I think it's kind of explanatory. It's really good against Dragon Link, it's good against the Mirror, it's good against like anything that's search reliant in this format. So it's the only hand trap that I think is like super powerful because it's a lingering effect hand trap. Same thing with Link too. So these are inherently negative ones because they don't trade with a card, but they're a lingering effect. And since the meta is going to be so powerful, you want cards that deter your opponent from making continuous play. 1 Call By for Drill, 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Lightning Storm, and Reboot. Dark Ruler is mainly for Window, so Alpha and Dark Ruler are your good outs to Window, which is kind of nice. I love Alphas like a lot for this because Alpha can actually force out the initial Window, and if they ever like in the grind game, like if they ever make a second one, you can like resummon it and then use it again. It can bounce one to summon it and then attack another one. It just has a bunch of good value in the deck. So I think this is a very well crafted side deck right now. Like I said, I was trying to do the droplet because I wanted more window outs, and I realized like I just forgot to edit deck list before I went in to show it off. But I just think the alphas with the dark rulers should be enough, which is good. I think you have enough backer removal in forms of these, and this should be enough for your combo matchups, which just makes it like generically good built side deck. Alright, let's get to the extra deck. I'm going to have only 1 Natis, because Natis comes up in particular situations, which is kind of cool. If you need to use Diviner to out a card, Natis is also a Light Fairy, so you can also send her for other requirements for Diviner. So when you're going second, you have 6 cards, so there's more than likely you're going to have a piece that you're missing that you wouldn't have had if you went first, because you drew a 6th card. Diviner sending Natis is going to be a card that forces another card, but you'll also have the other card in your hand, which is nice. So you want to have this. Not only that, Natis, when you get Maximus, you can send both Natis and Herald from your extra deck, and then chain block both to pop a card, which is kind of nice. So 1 Natis for definitely sure, 1 Black Rose Dragon, and then 2 Heralds. The reason for Black Rose, as I said, it's another form of Zeus essentially, because you can break apart a board with it. It forces out a negate, which is kind of nice. You can just like get away, do whatever you want with it, but you can just easily make it with like Diviner and a Drytron. So when you go second, you go Diviner, send, make a Drytron there. So they have to choose a point now to interrupt. They don't, you just cool, smack a Black Rose, and then force out a negate or like blow through the board if it's like a generic board. So if you Dark Ruler board, you can Black Rose and make your plays normally and ultimateness after cracking the board without having to use your battle phase, which is kind of nice. So say you're able to like force through stuff with Alpha, then you Black Rose, you can nuke through the board. Then you could try to OTK with like sword, or like through that, which is kind of nice. The reason for 2 heralds and not 1 is that on your first turn you're gonna use one of your heralds to add, and then when you go on your second turn, when you get your other diviner, you're gonna want to have something else to send because you're gonna want to kill them with Natasha. Since we don't have like Petite anymore, essentially because we're using diviner, you need another way to search your Natasha that does not rely on alpha. So then you can just simply use diviner to search your Natasha, which is just game. Because you should have I to 10 and Ben 10 and you get both at that point. The 1 Beatrice is like the fundamental piece because without Union Carrier, like we rely on her like a lot more. She's basically your Lavalvo chain on crack for this deck. She can send like whatever piece you're missing, a Drytron or either Ava for negate, and on their turn you send another card, which is why she's like really powerful because she sends twice, starter and an interruption, which is just insane. The 1 Zeus, Downard, and then the Lureless. The Zeus package makes sense. You want the Downer to make it where the Zeus has 4 materials. So if you Zeus them originally on their turn, you'll have an interrupting Zeus. And then the 1 Mubeta, I kind of want to play 2, but as I said, space. But for right now, this is fine. I think like I haven't missed the second one too much, but yeah, you just need it as like it's like a good bridge point in the deck. So the 1 Apollo for negation of like when you it comes up with the IP board if you have Link with IP and Beatrice with the Herald of Perfection. You can link the 3 guys away, the Kariba, the IP, and the Beatrice into Apollo on their turn, which is a cool interruption. You can also play Chaos Ruler, the chick, the Underworld Goddess, because you can link with their guy with the IP to make it a good form of interruption, and that card like walks in Eldritch because it also negates Sanguine and Loading Grave. So if Eldritch becomes more popular in the format, I would add her in to the extra deck, but this is on the basis like I'm trying to predict what the meta is going to be in the months when Lightning Overdrive comes out. And then we got the 1 Broadsword to kill, the Miraging Lights to float to add back, and it's also negation. The IP, the Phoenix to add back row, and then the Kariba for the base combos. Hopefully this was a well informed deck list. If you guys need any like questions about it or what you would like done about the stack list or so, just post in the comments and I'll try to go through everything. This is just someone from Pengu Nation, and see you guys.